All right, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Sunshine State in TIAA Bank Field here in Jacksonville. Straight ahead, it's a clash to decide the AFC's representative in the Super Bowl. And it'll be a great one between the Oakland Raiders and the Jacksonville Jaguars. For a berth in Super Bowl 53, away we go. The 2019 AFC Championship game is underway. Throwing on first down is Carr, and brought in by the tight end Cole. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Carr now on first down. He finds Malcolm Mitchell here. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Snap comes at one, and it's Carr. Over the middle, the catch made by Mitchell. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line.
Green 80. Green 80. Here we go.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And nothing doing on his first run. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Justin Ellis in on the stop.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Bortles throwing on 2nd down. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Fournette, a first down carry. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. On the tackle that time, Bruce Irvin.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Green 80.
On second down, here's Fournette. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's third down now. So it's third and long, and defensively, not a real surprise there in the dime.
Green 80. Green 80.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's fourth down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
He'll look to set up his blockers. Look at the spin.
Balance.
A great return there of 22 yards. And the Raiders will take over now, first and 10. And now Oakland ready to take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Here's Thomas Rawls with his first carry. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I'd say the staff that's up in the booth watching the game, they may want to file that one away. See how fast the free safety closed to make that play? Might want to check into a throw the next time.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
White Monday.
On second down, here's Carr. Looking left side, and it's complete. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. 66 yards. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. No problem there on the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Bortles leads the Jags up first and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Green 80. Green 80.
Bortles to throw on second down. And he's going to be grabbed and pulled down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Following the sack, third and long for Bortles and the Jags.
Lucy.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. And got his man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big 30-yard play on third. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, spread left. Spread left. Lucy, Lucy. 372.
On 1st down, Bortles. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Green 80. Spread right, 72. All good, all good, all good. All good.
Bortles on the give to Fournette. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st quarter. Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here.
Hey, 5-0, 5-0.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Hank.
They'll go for it. It's Bortles. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Raider D, they get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I have both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you're focused just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 44.
Yeah, 98's down. 58, 98.
They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the... That's caught inside the 20. And they do finally get him at the 12. A big play there. Carr to Cooper. 44 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Boston Scott, his first carry. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. Shotgun now for Carr. And this is caught. It's Cooper. Second catch of this AFC title game, and he's got a first down.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper, and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what he said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
Carr going to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Another shot from the one on 2nd and goal. They come out here in the eye. They'll run for it with Lynch. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Marshawn Lynch punching it in from a yard away. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. The extra point up and good. And it's now 14-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
I think if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. Tally, that is catch number 1 for him in this AFC Championship. It's a first down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It's all right, it's all right. Set. Green 80. 372. Set.
On 2nd down, here's Bortles. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
You're looking there at a defensive back who's maybe a step slower than he was when he came into the league a decade ago. I know I questioned his speed coming into the game, but what he's lost in speed, he's more than made up for it with intellect. And that's a great job of knowing how to position himself to make that interception.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. Call it a gain of 3, and it's a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. On 2nd down, Rawls takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Back with more of the AFC Championship game after this. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. He completes it to Nelson. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. First down Raiders. The former Packer Jordy Nelson on the receiving end from Carr. Carr now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. Flushed, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And complete, right side to Cook. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And now the Jags going to signal for another timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Hey, 7:34.
Operating from the gun, Carr. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Spread right, 72.
They begin with a run by Fournette. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry-up. A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. Out to his left. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hey, spread right, smack.
Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
77.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And an alley to run. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Lucy.
Bortles now on 1st down. He'll check this one off to Fournette. A nice move he had, but can't break away. And he's brought down just inside the 30. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Hank.
From the gun, it's Bortles. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. So we are halfway home to figuring out who will represent the AFC in the Super Bowl. As we send you a couple hours south of here to Orlando, that's where we check in with a coach and our EA Sports halftime report. One more half to decide who takes home the Lamar Hunt Trophy as we're back underway in this AFC Championship. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Throwing on first down is Bortles. Left side complete, Safarian Jenkins. 30, the 20, 10, touchdown, Jaguars. Austin Safarian Jenkins, 75 yards. And the Jaguars are back within a score. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there's an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this one's incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. That'll bring up second down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Cooper's got it. A Raider first down as Carr finds Cooper.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Throwing now is Carr, escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Carr will try it again on second down. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. The Raiders first down. Carr hooking up with Cook. Carr now. 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Again, it's Carr. Gets it to Strong. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line.
Spread right, 72. Hey, 54, Ricky. 50, go left. Hank. So right. 372. So left. Right there, 56. So left. 11. 3 and 10.
So after the INT, it's Bortles. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. Tahir Whitehead in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Green 80. Move. So right. Green and 10.
Working from the gun, it's Bortles. Throw left side complete. It's Cole. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Green 80. Lucy.
Throwing is Bortles. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
He will not go down.
Have to retape those ankles.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And now here come the Raiders. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, the number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. On 2nd down, here's Carr. And he's got room. And he slides to avoid the hit. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
They go play action here on first down. On the move to his left. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it. When you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Second catch of this AFC title game, but he's got a first down.
That was a terrific catch. I mean, to go up there and get it one-handed like that, but I almost want to go into that riff about back in my day, the gloves weren't quite like this.
When did gloves really become prevalent, just in general?
I think in the 80s. I think as we started to move through the 80s, especially as we got towards the latter part of that. But a lot of those were really like baseball batting gloves to begin with not much of a tacky area on the glove. In fact, there was none. I actually remember in cold weather games wearing the old scuba gloves, which you'd wear in the diving, but they would split too easily in the course of a game. Then the glove manufacturers got smart and started adding to it, and here we are today.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. That is incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target, and it's 3rd and 5. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
The Raiders on 3rd down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Shotgun now for Carr. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Calais Campbell in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Back now in Jacksonville. It's the Raiders with a lead and the football here as we get ready to start quarter number 4. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And that'll be off the crossbar and out. It's short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So this defense gets an assist from the goalpost, and as a result, it's going to keep them within 1 score.
Yeah, and that looked to be good the whole way. But that is a big break here in the 4th quarter of a football game. Now your offense needs to find a way to capitalize.
Bortles leads the Jags up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Green 80. Green 80.
On play action, now Bortles. A throw left side, complete to his receiver, Westbrook. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. Second down. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Let's go, let's go.
Bortles to throw on second down. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Hey, spread right, spread right, spread right, spread right, smack. Lucy.
Throwing his Bortles on third down. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball,
And they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Here we go.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Set. 380. Set.
Now Bortles. Got to have this one. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Agnew. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Now after the INT, it's Carr. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back.
The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Flush to his right. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Malik Jackson in there to get him, and this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down here at the 23. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll only get a couple up to about the 30. Seems pretty obvious defensively. Key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Now Bortles throwing on second down. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. It's a big play. Bortles to Westbrook. 62 yards.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on second and goal. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on second and goal. After the penalty, it's Fournette. Takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there. Taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Carr now on first down. Flushed out right. He's going to let it go deep for Mitchell. He's got a man. Complete. A big play that time for the Raiders. And even 40 yards. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred. Still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory?
And he'll sling that one in there. Complete to Cooper on the comebacker. Time for a break. Back to wrap up the AFC Championship game after this. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Go Chief. Monday down. White 85. White Monday down.
Carr to throw. And Cook has it left side. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the offense will get this one back. Boy, that could have been catastrophic at this late stage of the game, but they avoid disaster. And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Carr. Escaping the pressure right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw, Carr. And this is caught by Cooper for a Raider touchdown. Amari Cooper from 21 yards away. And the Raiders have moved out in front. Important extra point up and through. And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
372. 380. 380. 11B, 11B. Move. Lucy.
Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now the Jags are moving quickly in the hurry up.
11B, 11B. Lucy. Move. Lucy.
He'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
The receivers have been running them ragged, maybe some tired legs in the secondary, maybe some tired legs in the pass rush. Didn't get to him, and look what resulted. A touchdown, tie game. They've got a chance to take the lead.
And this place has gone stone silent. Their guys remain down by a point. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. So they lost yardage, and they declined the penalty. There's no logical reasoning to do that.
I'm trying to go through this little Rolodex in this small brain of mine, and I'm coming up with nothing, partner. I've got zip on that one. Take the yardage, right? Take the penalty. I don't get it.
I don't get it either. And the penalty helps, but not a whole lot. It's still 3rd and long.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. They will take a knee here and cue the celebrations. They are off to the Super Bowl. And as they take that knee, you can hear a pin drop in this stadium right now, partner.
I'd say you could hear a pin drop except for one thing. You're hearing a lot of people on cell phones right now calling and saying, cancel my reservation, because this crowd thought they were going to the Super Bowl. They had trips planned, hotels, reservations, the whole deal. That's all wiped out now.
Well, the Lombardi Trophy would be nice to hoist. They have to hold off for that for a little bit. Right now, the Lamar Hunt has to feel good to hold.
Oh, it's got to feel great for them. And remember, Lamar Hunt helped create the American Football League, which became, of course, in most part, the American Football Conference. And he's the one who gave us the name Super Bowl.
And that'll close the books on the conference championship. For Charles Davis, myself, Brandon Gaudin, and our entire crew, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks from the Super Bowl.
Down! Blue 80! What's up? Monday, down! Blue 80! Get down! Get down! Blue 80! What's up? Down! You wide 8-8! Let 5-man box! Monday, down! Blue 80! What's up? Down! Wide 85! Go, go. Get set, get set. Monday, down! What's up? Down! Blue 80! What's up? Down! You wide 8-8! Yes, sir! Monday, down! What's up? Down! 180! Yes, sir! Down! Blue 80! What's up? Down! Wide 85! 694! 24. What's up? Monday, down! 180! Get down, get down! Wide 85! Here we go! Blue 80, what's up? Down! You wide 8-8! What's up? What's up? Down! 180! Get down! Get down! Blue 80! Down! Blue 80! That's it! Here we go! What's up? Monday down! What's up? Down! 180! Down! Blue 80! Get down! Get down! 180! Down! 180! Deuce right, chief! Down! 180! That's hot! Down! Blue 80! What's up? Down! Blue 80! Monday down! That's up! Get down! Get down! Blue 80! Get down! Get down! 180! Down! Blue 80! That's up! Here we go! What's up? Get set! Blue 80! Get set! Blue 80! Get set! 180! That's up! Here we go! That's up! Get set! 180! That's up! Here we go! That's up! Monday, down! 180! What's up? Here we go! What's up? Down! Blue 80! What's up? Here we go! Blue 80! Monday down! That's it! Get set. You wide, 80. Down. Blue 80. What's up? Down. Blue 80. What's up? Down. You wide, 80. Down. Blue 80. That's it. Monday down. That's it. Down. Blue 80. Down. Blue 80. Down. Blue 80. Down. Blue 80. Get down. Get down. 180. Down. You 180. Monday down. What's up? Monday down. That's it. Down. 185. Down. 185. Down. You 180. What's up? Down. Blue 80. That's it. Down. 180. Down. 180. Down. 180. Down. 185. Get set. 180. Monday down. That's it. Monday down. 180. Down. 185. Blue 80. What's up? Down! Wide 85! Get set! Blue 80!